You know him as Roadhog from Overwatch. I'd like to bring up to the stage Josh Petersdorf. There we go. I'm going to grab the timer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have to keep an eye on the time. Awesome. So, are you having a good day? Are you on? Check, check.
Are we live? Yeah! There it is. Hello, hot people. Welcome to the apocalypse.
Woo!
Having a great time so far in Fort Lauderdale. The humidity was biting. I got off the plane like, it was good. It was good, and everyone's been really awesome out here. So thank you for all the hospitality so far.
Awesome, awesome. It's just the first day. Are you here for all 4 days?
We are here for I am here for all 4 days. So I've met a bunch of you guys already.
Woo!
Yeah. Got my day ones out there.
I want to see you Sunday at the very end to see how haggard and exhausted and carried out you are.
I think it's going to be an amazing weekend, and Charlotte and Johnny are on the way too, so that's going to be really cool.
Awesome, awesome. Do you guys, I know last time.
Sting was here. Woo! You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stinger. I'm stoked about that. There's definitely some amazing pro wrestlers here too.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So it's going to be, you got Sting, you got Flair.
Flair, Jerry the King, Gangrel is over there, the Brood.
Yeah. Gangrel's really, really nice too. Like, it's kind of terrifying. You're like, oh my God, he's a vampire, but he's really
can you guys
a
tell
nice
I
guy.
like wrestling? Can you guys tell?
So, a little known fact, he actually watches wrestling. So we were talking about that backstage. It's pretty cool. So if you don't know me, I wrestle. It's not about me. But we were discussing, used to watch the heyday of wrestling.
Yeah.
Like
and there's definitely, like, if you want to look at Roadhog and his influences, I want to say there's definitely some Ultimate Warrior promos in there.
Oh, my God. I
Bring
hear
the
it.
fire in the sky from the heavens, brother. Like all that stuff. So it's like,
I totally see that. Oh, my God. That's amazing.
and I think there's a lot of characters in my life that I've pulled from to do Roadhog. Like, here's a cool story. Like, so when we were recording the voice of Roadhog, his breathing sounds when he does the mask, right? Like, they're like, all right, what's it going to sound like? And I do Megatron and Optimus Prime at Universal Studios Hollywood for the meet and greet during the day. And we were thinking, how does Megatron sound if he was breathing, right? How does a machine who needs oxygen sound? Kind of like, you know, and that's where that kind of slow came in, and they're like, yeah, he's a madman who huffs laughing gas for heels. So.
Awesome. Oh, my God, I work at Universal, too, in Orlando.
That's what's up. So
That's what's up. I do the Sinbad Stunt Show, Sarah Connor, and
they just killed Terminator in Hollywood and replaced it with Despicable Me over there.
They replaced Terminator?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, does that mean I'm on a timeline on Orlando? We follow you guys.
You know, Orlando has a ton more space. Hollywood, it was a space thing. It's a lot smaller. Out here, you have the islands of fun
we
and all
replaced
that stuff, right?
Jimmy Neutron for Despicable Me. So.
Right. And they're getting rid of something else they announced for a Harry Potter coaster coming
Yeah,
up soon,
they're replacing the Double Dragon or whatever, the Dragon's Tri-Wizard Cup. So, yeah. But it's going to be, I guess, a better, cooler, more interactive coaster. But that's all they would tell us right now.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of Harry Potter, I just did something really cool that probably will make its way over to Orlando. In Hollywood, they do this amazing laser projection on the castle when they kind of project this huge scene of going through the 4 houses, and I was lucky enough to be the voice of the Sorting Hat for that entire thing. So
that's cool.
that had to go through a lot of chains, and it had to get through, prepped a lot of people, and I was really proud to do that. So if you want to YouTube it, just check out New Closing Ceremony, or if you go to Orlando, I bet it'll be there really soon. So,
at some point, yeah. We're always adding new stuff,
Absolutely.
like every few days it feels
The
like.
Sorting Hat sounds like this, a very old man. Gryffindor!
Oh, cool. I'll definitely have to like keep my ears open for that.
Yeah, I like it. They're like, oh, can you sound like a 90-year-old man with a tumor? I was like, no problem.
Awesome. All right. So I could legit just keep asking you questions, but I think probably they want to ask you some questions.
I'd love to.
We'll continue our conversation. So do you have anyone here that wants to ask questions? If not, I'll just keep talking to them because this is fun. Anybody have a question? If you can, stand up and get close so we can hear you.
Yes.
There's no microphone. I apologize. There's only 2.
Yes. I have made heavy metal songs before.
Really?
And I'm one of those heavy metal, like, okay, so heavy metal influences on me currently. I'm listening to King 810, hardcore band out of Detroit, Flint, Michigan. And I'm listening to Slipknot, and then I have like some dark black Swedish metal. So I go into like, like The Haunted or like Cradle of Filth, or I'll listen to like, and then if you want to take it old school, it was started at Pantera. So like my screaming voice would be like a lot like Phil Anselmo, because when he screams, he's like, no! But then he talks, it's like, the other day Dimebag and I were using, the other day. Yeah, I would definitely love to be in a heavy metal band. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. That's awesome. Wow, that's really, really cool.
And it would have to be like the band, like I would love to do like, what if it was like a Roadhog tribute band when all we did is sing songs about the wasteland and or like some old like Irish thing, oh, the Junkrat and the Roadhog all again. No? All right.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the wrestling next door in Raleigh, they had a Roadhog wrestle.
I heard there's going to be a Junkrat tonight.
Yeah, so yeah,
I might have to stop by. Might have to stop by and check.
Woo! So make sure you come and see the wrestling show. You might get a cameo.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. So heck yeah!
So thank you to everybody who's came out today. I know when I speak on the entire cast, the community we build around this game is amazing. And one of the wonderful things we like saying about Overwatch is that it's a world worth fighting for. And that's something that Michael Chu, the amazing lead writer, is really pressed. And it's because it's a new society and there is conflict and there is struggle going on. But there's light overpowering all these evil tendencies. And even the evil people, or the people who are slashes more dark, have reasons for it, right? It's kind of like when J.J. Abrams was describing Kylo Ren. He was like, well, he's not a bad guy, but he thinks he's a bad guy, or he thinks he's doing the right stuff. And I'm J.J. Abrams, and I sound like George Lucas. And so, but so thank you guys for sharing this wonderful community with all of us.
Awesome. Who else has a question? I know you guys said you had a question.
Thoughts on the Roadhog nerf / upcoming buff? Well, in the beginning, I used the analogy of, what did they do? They nerfed Roadhog, quote unquote, nerfed, or changed. They gave him 5 shots and made him a lot more berserker tank. And then what did they release after that? A 250 hit point melee crazy class that needs to be hooked, lined, and sunk. Okay, so I think he is a great counter for Doomfist, because that wombo combo when he uppercuts and then blasts you, hook. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen on the PTR footage of when he blasts Roadhog into a wall, Hog's got enough hit points he can kind of just sit there and take it. So I thought that was like, it made sense. But then, the game is always in a constant state of balance, constant state of change. And if anything really feels that unfair, they're going to fix it. So I've heard rumors now that on the PTR he's going to have something with a take less damage when he heals and possibly be mobile when he does that. That's going to change the game, man. Because if you think all the other tanks have, some kind of absorb mechanic or something, right? Reinhardt has a shield, Orisa has, you can't hook her because she has a shield, and Zarya has a shield, and, everyone has a shield, but Roadhog, so. He has the belly. It's all about the fat. So he's just a big meat shield, right? Yeah. 3 cheers for the meat shield. Good question. Thank you. You, over there, with your top hat, I see you. This is Alan Rickman Porter. What genre? Okay, so I loved playing when I was a kid, like Final Fantasy III and Chrono Trigger. Like, those were like big games for me. And I remember my friends fighting when Final Fantasy VII came out because one of them beat it, and he's like, don't tell Danny I beat it yet. And I was like, I'm like on disc 1. Definitely RPGs. Now I play a lot of PUBG, playing PlayerUnknown Battleground. I love that game. It's a great game. Played some Friday the 13th. That was fun too. Love that.
Who's your favorite counselor?
The guy with the blonde hair and the
Chad?
Chad, yeah.
Oh my God!
I love you, Chad.
Chad is my main character.
And my favorite dream daddy is Brian. So.
I just got that. Wait, who's your favorite dad?
Brian.
Really?
Definitely, and that's from Sky Williams. If
But
you know
he's
Sky
always
Williams on
one-upping
YouTube,
you, man.
So. Definitely like that. And so yeah, RPGs, first-person shooters. Always grew up on all that good stuff. Had a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Super Mario World. Currently, if you want to catch me playing, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14, World of Warcraft. I play everything, you know.
Nice,
And I have to stream it so that I have an excuse for my girlfriend. Yeah. So. You, red shirt, yes, you. Well, if you look at my time played in the game, I'm the best. By the way, guys, let's keep shit real. I am the best player in the entire cast of the game. I've demonstrated this multiple times on multiple consoles. I love playing Roadhog, but if you look at my time played, I'm a Pharah main. So I'm that Pharah. And recently, I think it was about a year's worth of guilt, so I started playing some Mercy. Yes, you're welcome, everyone. I know, all the Mercy mains in here, thank you. We love you. So we're nothing without you. Oh, man. I've got you in my sights.
Yeah.
We're all soldiers now. I thought Fred did an amazing job. Soldier 76, Fred Tassigari. Blown away by that guy's resume. I thought that was a really cool character. Would have loved him to. And Reinhardt! Would have wanted to do him too. So definitely some of my favorite. I love the line when Reinhardt talks about like his hair was longer in the poster or something like. It was all good. And then Junkrat, that irritating little bomb stain. He's fun. So. What's amazing about for me is with the Junkrat voice actor, Chris Parson, did Gladio in Final Fantasy 15, and he does a lot of other stuff. It's such a huge change, right? To go from this to go from this. It's like, shout out. He's
Wow,
amazing.
that's really cool. That's really cool.
Oh, yeah, we'll get you next. Don't worry.
One of the things I noticed is that the VAs for Overwatch have a really large social media presence, and they're a very active community, more so than any other game out there. What makes the Overwatch VAs so much more active than any other games or any other game?
That's a great question. The question was, what makes the voice actors more active compared to other presences on social media? I think it's you guys. I think the community that we share builds itself. And you guys are such a welcoming, diverse, accepting group of people and human beings that anyone who wouldn't show love back, there'd be something wrong with them moment, you know, like. So I'm just honored, and I think there's a lot of the castmates who are into this. And we're into seeing the smiles on people's faces when they meet us, and we're really happy to see the effect it can have. I know I've been with Anjali, the voice of Symmetra, and there's been a lot of people who have come up to her and been like, thank you for being such a strong voice for, you know, people on the spectrum and stuff like that. And I've had people come up to me personally and been like, thank you for, you know, just your character, because it got me through a rough day when I was feeling down. And if I can do that, or we can do that for anyone, then, you know, count me in. So I know when I speak for myself that I'm more active on social media because I love meeting you guys. I love talking face to face. I love sharing stories. I love hearing your wild tales. I love hearing who didn't go on the payload. Oh yeah. Looking at you, Hanzo. No, so yeah, I think it honestly boils down to just you guys and us and the community we share together, because we all rock this thing. Yeah. Yeah. I do stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv/OptimusSlimed. No, you're going to remember that, but. But if you look up me on Twitter, you can find me on social media. If you pull it out now, it's my Twitter's CrankyJ, CrankyJ. And yeah, so I'll stream all the time. We have a retro, me and my girlfriend all stream. We were streaming Genesis Aladdin the other night. Like, she's so much better. She gets to like level 4. She's a level 4, and I can't get past like level 2. So and we'll play all sorts of stuff, you know. I love playing. I play on PS4, so I do play with the fans sometimes, and I play on PC all the time. My Battle.net friends list is full because I always invite so many people. So if I'm playing Overwatch, I usually at least stream it once per week. I'd love to see you guys in there. Sure.
Awesome, awesome. What do you play Friday the 13th on? PS4?
PC on Friday the 13th.
PC?
PC,
Damn,
Master
I'm on
Race.
PS4. I was Boom.
Shout out. But you know what? I've noticed it runs good on console. That game looks really well. It does run well on console. I just heard the wait times are a little longer on console compared to PC.
I always play with a group anyway. So.
Yeah, there you go. I don't
Yeah.
have many friends. So.
I was going to invite you to one of my groups. I'm like,
We'll
come
play.
play.
Let's do it. Okay, cool. So I love playing Friday the 13th.
Oh,
on
man,
PC.
yeah.
I just got a new 1080, so it runs really well. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Me and Sky. How do I say this? I'm just blushing for him. Sky's a great guy. He's an amazing voice in the internet. I think he's so great, and I think he's so funny. And we play League like late night together. And so like and he's like, oh, you fuzz, stop it, you bear, you fuzz. And I'm like, that's right. So I love how his Twitter profile picture is him laying on Roadhog's belly, like reading a book. Right? So me and Skyer, we're cool. He lives in he lives in LA. So he's I think I'm going to try and go over to his house and just kick it one of these days and hang out. So I want to surprise him though. I will. I definitely will. We'll definitely film it if I do, because he told me, he's like, I don't know if I can handle it, Bear, if you come out here. I don't know, Bear. I see him with all his Dream Daddy Brian pictures. Great question. This guy's a great guy. Oh. I play Lux. I do Lux mid, and I go Leona support, right? So I'm a team player. I'm terrible as jungle. Don't put me in jungle in League. I'm really bad. I don't know the timing because they always change it for the mobs and stuff like that. But I'll roll top lane, Alistar, Shen, dude, Surgeon Shen, and now I roll Galio middle. Yeah, time to break a building, right? So doing Galio with Riot was amazing. I was really happy with the guys. We did a bunch of sessions, and there was multiple callbacks for the Galio role. I think this is a great story if you're in the industry about not giving up, because we did 2 callbacks, and so I did an audition, and then they brought me into the studio firsthand to do it face-to-face, another audition. I didn't hear anything. And 2 months after that, 2 months, it came through the email again, hey, they're re-auditioning for this. And when I saw that, I was like, oh man, they probably don't want me. I already went over there, and they already saw what I had done, and maybe I shouldn't do this. I had that moment of doubt, but then that voice kicked in and was like, no, man, do it. Right? So I did it even crazier than I'd done it before. And they called me back, and they brought me in for another callback, and I was like, okay, expecting them to have the new take, and they played the old take. And they're like, we wanted this all along. So it felt really good to have them be like, we chose you, we wanted you, and if you smell what the afterlife is cooking, right? So that was really fun. League of Legends community has been cool. I have streamed a couple games and made my mistake about not screening some of the people I played with. And the toxicity can be classified as, of course it's toxic. Some of it is just people like getting upset, and it's just a very like foul-mouthed community for the most part. So, know what you're getting into when you go into that. But I enjoy League, and I think they've been great, right? It's been awesome. Sweet. What's my thing about voice acting? My favorite thing is getting to see you guys enjoy it, getting to hear that you liked it. That's so flattering. I know we can say that over and over, but I really mean that. It means a lot to me to see you guys happy. It means a lot to any voice actor. You don't do this for the money. You do this because you love it. You do this because you grew up watching real Ghostbusters with Frank Welker and Lorenzo Music. You do this because your dad would wake you up doing, hey, Bert and Ernie voices, and that's what he would do. And I was in the speech contest as a kid, and I got out of theater at the end of high school and college, and I regretted it, because I got back into it later. So my favorite thing is enjoying the art, what it has to offer. You reap the rewards of the hard work you put in by seeing the smiles and seeing people's reactions to it. It really makes my day. Yeah, absolutely. We do. Right now, it rotates. Me, Anjali, and Feo Chen, Zenyatta, and Symmetra have had a great time recently. And I think those two, Anjali is an amazing individual. So I really love hanging out with her. And she's really kind of the den mom of some of these things because we'll go over to her apartment in downtown and film this. And is Gaku Space and I are getting road Genji. Yeah, I need healing. I got healing. So, and it's fun because when we meet new members of the cast, like when I met Crispin, and I hadn't met him before, so, and Johnny Cruz too, and I hadn't really met Johnny other than the Blizzard campus when we were there, and I'd met him again recently. And it's weird because we're sitting there, we're like, whoa, we're supposed to be like best friends. So, what's going on? What kind of beer do you drink? What's your favorite kind of sushi? Like, asking all these questions, trying to get to know each other. So, but the cast has been really fun. And, I love making those videos. And Roadhog and Sombra was the newest one I think we just did with Caroline Ravassa. She's amazing too, so, yeah. That's right, the hook and cook connection. Sorry about the table, Levi. Farhan. Oh, I have not technically met Sherelle or the gentleman who plays Akande, Doomfist. But man, didn't they set the bar high with those? Those are both like established Broadway actors and actresses. Both those two are phenomenal at what they do. We haven't had a chance. I think some of them are New York based too. So I know some of the cast is like Lucy Pohl, Mercy, and Jen Cohn Farah are based in New York. And I think some of the Sherelle, maybe in London even. I think some of them are in the UK even. So it's tougher to get around. But I'm hoping that Blizzard is really good about organizing events, so I'm hoping that this year they'll organize something kind of like they did last year when they invite us all down to the campus on one day, and they kind of tell everyone, hey, we want you here on this day so you can all see each other. Yeah. So I haven't had a chance yet, but I did wish her happy birthday and welcomed her right away to Twitter with a roaring, I think she gained like 10,000 people like overnight. It was crazy. Yeah, it was awesome. So.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Favorite outdoor activity? Sleeping, napping. Napping, sleeping. You know what? Right now, I like to go like mini golfing, and I love doing, go-karts and stuff like that. So I'm all about that. And I'm a huge laser tag champion. So there's like good laser tag. And I'm the dude, look, I did this the last time we did laser tag. I find the fog machine, and I push the button like a lot. So I'm like, smoke this place out, And I set the fire alarm off at this place the last time we were there, and the fire marshal came, and this poor, 17-year-old kid's, operating there. It's like, I don't know what's going on. I just let him in. Like, well, the fire alarm went off, son. You know what's going on? And I'm sitting in the back like, so, laser tag and mayhem. Yeah. To play against Soldier 76, because I'm a fair guy, just stop it, can someone take care of him, please? That's me on voice chat. Can we get some help here? I can't kill anyone with Soldier on me. I'm trying, bro. Why are you so salty, dude? I think my least played on the other end of the spectrum, who I least play as, I don't play a lot of Zarya, and I don't play a lot of Lucio, unfortunately. I know I should play more Lucio. But, so those are probably my two least played heroes, but only because I can't get his wall jump down, and I'm frustrated. That makes me upset. And when I get salty, we have this, everyone knows when the salt, but I like saying when you get some wins, it's when the steak comes. It's when the meat for that salt comes. Yeah. You know what? I think everyone hates when they get bad teammates, but I have been a champion of turning a bad teammate into a good teammate before. Because sometimes the only way to combat toxicity is with raw positivity. You know, you just beat them down with friendship. And they're in there raging, what are you doing? Do you want me to switch? I can go to Mercy, sure. Let's get some healers on here. It's not a problem. They're like, how dare you speak logic to me when I'm raging? Like, you know, I am so tilted right now. How dare you? But I know how it is. Everyone has a rough game here or there. I would say always maintain a positive attitude. If you breed positivity, sometimes you'd be amazed at what you can do to make that negative teammate pick up his game a little bit. Because, hey, even all of us have been the salty ones sometimes, right? My friends know that when I get quiet when we're losing and I get mad. So I'll be, yeah, let's do this. I need people over here. Get to the payload. Good clear, this and that. We're losing. Like Josh is mad.
See, I just curse a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, bleep, 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 bleep.
I try and keep the stream PG-13 for the most part, so you'll hear a couple of F-bombs maybe here or there, but yeah. We want your mom to be able to walk in the room and watch it for 40 seconds and then walk out before she... Yep. That's the goal, you know, yep. So. Way in the back. That was you. No, the first line we ever recorded was, I'm a one-man apocalypse. And that was kind of where he was built. He was bred and kind of spawned in that throaty, guttural. In the audition, one of the auditional lines was, we're all animals, was one of the original ones. So those two have a special place to me because they were one of the first ones that really built what the character was. So I'd say that was probably my favorite. And say bacon one more time. Of course. You'd be surprised how many people come up like, bacon, bacon, bacon. I'm like, do you want to die? I say it like that too. Do you want to die? I don't need the mic. I'm sorry.
Do you collect any of your characters that you do, like merchandise?
I collect all the Roadhog stuff I see. I think I commissioned somebody to do a chibi out there right now because she had all the chibis except for Roadhog. And I was like, oh, do you want to trade princes? And they go, I prefer cash. And I was like, no problem. So, yeah, no problem. And I'll gladly pay for amazing art. And I kind of do like fan art stuff on the Discord channel, so I'll always post stuff on there. That's kind of where you can see that angle of this community. And the Discord is on the Twitch. It's called Pied Piper if you ever want to join. That's where you find it. Yeah.
Really cool.
For sure. No? Oh, there you are. Over there. Hello. It's a great question. It was always a voice acting. I went and did music from when I was like 18 to maybe 24, and I have an 11-year-old son coming up in September. He's turning 11, and when my son was born, I had to switch gears. I was working as an electrician and moving furniture, so I always had like a day job while I was like chasing these dreams, but I had to switch. So making music taught me how to use the gear, how to use Pro Tools, how to wire a mic to the mixer, to bus it to the channel. All the tech stuff taught me all that. So then I was able to be like, okay, I can record myself. And I would just talk to my friends, and one thing led to another, and it was like, hey, you have a great voice. What are you doing with it? And we would do I went to WonderCon in like 2007 and 2009 in San Francisco, like dressed as characters, and we kind of would film stuff there, and one thing led to another, and when I moved to LA about 8 years ago, me and my son's mother split up, and she moved where part of her family lived in Idaho, so it was a little bit more difficult to get access when you live in California, and your kid has moved over 3 states, so I was like, well, I can go to LA now. I can afford to do it because he's not here half the year, so let's go down there. And I talked to my friend, and the big thing about voice acting is there's another word, it's acting. So I took some acting classes. I went and saw an agent for about a year, and she had a workout group. It was $25 a week, and you came in with 6 other people, and we just read scripts to each other, and she'd break us down. And then a year passed, and randomly, another dude, I had gotten the Optimus Prime job because I would play World of Warcraft and do the Optimus Prime voice with my friends on Ventrilo, and they're like, you should try out for this. See, it all like connects, And so I tried out and told the agent I'm doing this job, and another one of my friends who did the Optimus and Megatron was like, hey, there's a meet and greet for your agent when she's signing people this night. It costs $100 to meet her and 4 other agents that are there, so it's kind of like a class. But if you're serious, go check her out. I'll put in a good word for you and tell them that you're on the way. So I did that, and she was like, I really think you've done really far, and you've done some great work. Sign me. And then didn't book anything for 2 years. Just sat there, was a bartender at Buffalo Wild Wings in Burbank for like a year and a half, was waiting and was doing auditions and promos and still taking classes. I didn't want to, but I was like, I would figure out ways to do it. I didn't have my girlfriend then, so like I'd be like, there was a hot waitress. I'd be like, you want to go to this acting class? Like, it was a great icebreaker, and that was how I was like forcing myself to do it on nights I didn't want to do it. But, just keep trying. Always try. If you are interested in doing voice acting, do it because you love it. Do it because you want to make people happy, and do it because it makes you happy. Yeah. Hope that answers. That was really long-winded. I'm sorry. I love him. Love to hate him. Chris Parson is an amazing voice actor. I think the character of Junkrat is so cool. Like, there's such like a... the wasteland riders, it's like the drug addict and the big hog. Like, what are you going to say? And I think a lot of people have asked why Roadhog doesn't have a New Zealand accent, since he's Maori, of Maori descent. Mako means shark, and there's a lot of Maori descent in New Zealand, and why Junkrat has the Australian. And the simple answer is because when we started making Roadhog, it never was asked. It worked. So it didn't need it. And he's still, I think he's a special breed when he's able to, people accept it. Like, he doesn't need to have the New Zealand accent, because in this wasteland, you're like, well, you never know. We don't know what his face looks like either. But I like Junkrat, except for that stupid peg leg.
Hey, man, people relocate all the time. Maybe he moved there.
Maybe he did. It's a shame out there, and someone needs to get blown up. Right? It's terrible. It is. It is, and I think it's almost, you naturally don't want to move when you do voice acting. But one of the things that my agents and a lot of coaches I've talked to is like, take your hands out of your pocket. Who you talking to? Move. So you don't have enough, obviously, room to pace back and forth. So doing action scenes are a lot harder. But as far as like dialogue, I love like, it's never too much in voice acting, So I think it's important to kind of get yourself in the zone, be able to turn the switch on. It's one of the biggest talents any actor or musician, anyone who records in a studio can do, is you may be able to sit on the couch and, oh man, I feel great. And I'm in the shower and I'm like, this song my voice is on point and I'm like on cue. But if you can't go in the studio and turn it on, you get frustrated. I think training and believing in yourself, breathing techniques really help. I get nervous and my heart rate starts going up. I get after anxiety. So I won't get nervous before I do a job. I get nervous after. And then I have all these regrets, like I could have done this better. I should have done this. And you just got to do it. Lay it all on the line. So as far as the physicality, yes, it is more difficult doing action-oriented things when you're confined to a studio, and you have to make it sound like I'm running up a hill as compared to doing dialogue. So helps having someone in the room, too. Solo reads are a little more difficult. I hope that answered your question. Okay. Are you Elizabeth from Fallout? Sick. Or, excuse me, from BioShock. BioShock. Well done. I got the name right. Welcome to Colombia. How many World of Warcraft fans we have in here? Alliance or Horde? Horde. Definitely. Scum. And so, no, I'm just kidding. I play Maxwell Tyrosus, the class hall paladin leader on the Alliance side, and Jace Darkweaver, the demon hunter. I played WoW when Burning Crusade first came out. And I played all the way from there. I got hardcore and I raided 25-man heroic ICC down the Lich King, and did Fester Future Side, did them all. That was really the high point of my WoW, and I really enjoyed Lich King, was my favorite expansion. Stayed around for Cataclysm and left right before Pandaria came out. Stopped playing for 2 years. I think a couple of us did. Came back for Draenor, and I played a Shadow Priest. So I was a Shadow Priest, and then when I came back for Draenor, I kept rolling Shadow Priest. Then when Legion came, and I was in it, it was a dream come true, by the way, to be in World of Warcraft was like, oh, you know, and you walk up to your guy and he has a quest, and I would just click him over and over to hear his irritating thing, stop clicking me. So now I play a Holy Pally. I still play, but the problem with this patch, or this last expansion, has been my artifact power is behind, so my weapon has just been a little bit of a grind catching up. So when Final Fantasy XIV just came out, I tried to go back to that and then realized, I haven't done anything since A Realm Reborn, so I have like 6 years of main story quests to do. So yeah, I still do play WoW, absolutely. It feels eerily great, you know. The weirdest is when like someone else is playing or I'm playing as another character and then you hear him, there's this one Roadhog sound and he's like, boo! You know, he kind of does this, boo, 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 like when he gets hit with something. And every time I hear that, I laugh because I remember doing it and it gave me like indigestion in the studio. I remember doing it, like I went home and just sat on the toilet for like an hour. I was like, oh, Roadhog, what do you do? So, come on, Morty, you need the Szechuan sauce. Let's go, Roadhog. Just, there's a little bit more, Morty. So, yeah. Hmm? You would be surprised. What do you think I would main, right? I'm a white mage. Because I'm hardcore. Because I like grinding quests as a healer. No, and so I'm a white mage because I like seeing the content. And I made my friend roll a tank because I was like, hey, we can see all the dungeons and don't have 30-minute queues. Like, I know you're DPS, you guys love it, but, you know. So yeah, I play a white mage. And I think I'm going to try and just unlock Samurai. I'll probably make it like 2 levels in Samurai and go back to white mage. So. Are they strong right now? Okay, good. Then I made the right choice.
We have about 5 minutes left.
Okay, cool. I have. We do a fun one in my Twitch. So when I love doing, I make Roadhog like a god, and I give, and then I just put him against like Tracer and Lucio, and just watch him dash around. You know what's funny is I love the new Lunar Horizon map, and I always want to do like anti-gravity matches. I'm like, come on outside. What's the big deal? And no one ever wants to do that. So. The well, right, when they run around. Yes, that sounds really fun. That sounds really fun. No, that sounds really fun. I may have to do that this week in the well of Ilios with just a bunch of Lucios like, yo, can't stop this, yo, can't stop this. I think we have time for like, what, 2 more questions? What do we have, 5 minutes left? Who? Yeah. Anyone else?
I mean, I'll start asking, like,
I'm
what's
just
your
going to
favorite
start
food?
talking like Optimus Prime. Before time began, there was the cube. Richard. What? Oh, the Do you guys think that some of his lines sound softer than some of the other ones? I think it's like this weird thing that happens because like when he did that line, want some candy? It like vibrates my TV when I play that line. And I was like, is it the speaker? And then I played it, I was like, no, that's you, Josh. You're a creaky old door. Like, right behind you, yeah, right there. So like what era? Like right now? Okay, so right now. Okay, so all-time Shawn Michaels, no problem. All-time affair with Shawn Michaels. Right now, Kenny Omega and like AJ Styles. God, those dudes are sick, you know? They're just so talented. But Roadhog would be really good to go against like Earthquake or like Tsunami or like Yokozuna. You know, some big boy or something like that. Yeah. Go against Yoko. The Sheik. I break your back, Roadhog. I break your back. The Hulk Hogan and shit.
They had
joke, sorry.
they had Junkrat and Roadhog tag teaming last 2 weeks
Did
ago
they?
in Raleigh. So it's kind of perfect because like Roadhog could like pick up Junkrat and like throw
Throws
him and
them.
shit.
I really want to check this out tonight, so
Yeah.
I recommend everyone check the wrestling out up
So
here.
yeah, definitely,
Cool.
definitely. I wish we had Roadhog here. I'm really sad that he's not here this time.
There's a cosplayer around here. We'll just throw him in there. Like, hey, you're
There's
gonna come
him in
get
there,
beat
yeah.
up. They give
But
you
we do have the
$12.
Junkrat, so
Right on. Anyone else? Oh,
this will be our last one.
Harry. To go against LeBlanc. Well, pre-old LeBlanc, you know, because when I hated LeBlanc, and I hate going against Timo. But more so LeBlanc, because I would roll Lux mid a lot, and she was a terrible counter for Lux mid, so I'd just get destroyed, and then probably LeBlanc. With the gloves. People talk so much trash to me. I was on the other day, and some kid's like, it's a really nice voice changer. I was like, yeah, $6,000. It's the best, kid, you know? And he's like, oh, yeah? And I was like, yeah, you want to hear my Optimus Prime one? He's like, yeah. And I was like, here, let me turn it on. Like, most of the time, like, you have to go into, like, competitive or quick play, and a lot of people are like, wait. Sometimes people know my screen name. They're like, wait, oh, it's Optimus Slimed. We know it's you. And they figure it out. But for the most part, I can usually rib people a little bit. Some people say really naughty things to me. So
That's amazing. Well, guys, that's all the time we have. I want everyone to put your hands together for Josh Petersdorf.
thank you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
taking the
guys.
time to talk to us.
Yeah.